Yeah, I could never go into that place again because it was a dark place, I'll be honest, very dark place.
It can be hard to believe that Callum Hudson-Odoi is still only 23 years old. For a 23-year-old footballer, Callum has been through more than some players experience in their whole career.
What on earth is going on? Even if I think I was playing well in the game, I'm still getting dragged off and I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Growing up, Hudson-Odoi was the gem of the Chelsea Academy. He'd go viral almost weekly on the Rising Ballers Instagram page with unbelievable goals and skills. He was one of the most coveted young footballers in the world, and it felt like he was destined to be a legend at Chelsea.
I think at that age you want to be playing games and enjoying yourself, not be sitting around waiting for an opportunity.
But after over 15 years at the club and a tough period of injuries, Callum made the difficult decision to leave and sign for Nottingham Forest.
Got to the point where we had a discussion with the board and everybody, and everyone was like, you know, I think it's best time that we part ways. A difficult situation because, as I said, all I've known is Chelsea.
For the very first time, Callum opens up about some of the darker times in his life. We get his perspective on how injuries derailed his career, how he coped with a challenging loan spell in Germany, and how he came to terms with leaving his boyhood club.
It just ruptured from there, just snapped, and I think obviously from there it was difficult. It took a very long time for me to even feel like myself.
Now playing regularly in the Premier League at Forest, things are back on track for Callum, and he continues to go from strength to strength. One of the very first footballers we posted on Rising Ballers. It's only right that we made this interview happen. Welcome to Perspectives with Callum Hudson-Odoi.
I go home every night thinking, listen, it must be me, I'm doing something wrong. I must not be good enough. My name is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I'm a professional footballer for Nottingham Forest, and I'm here doing Perspectives with Rising Ballers.
Camera rolling, sound rolling.
It's calm. That was aggressive, bro.
Cool, everyone ready? Callum, you ready?
Always, man.
Wicked, man. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
No problem.
Thanks for having us, even. To start off with, can you tell us about where you're from and how football started for you?
So I'm from Southwest London. Football started for me when I was around 2, to be fair. I think obviously my dad and my brother used to play. So they used to take me to the cages very young, local park near my house, which was like 5 minutes away. So yeah, I used to go there every day really from then onwards. And then I think that's how the whole journey started.
2 years old, that's so young.
It was mad, like, yeah. They used to take me from early and just make sure, like, we're footballers, we're a footballing family, so we're going to get you started as well from early doors. So, yeah, it started from 2.
Sick, man. Is there like a specific moment in your childhood when you realised you had a talent for football?
I think I would say when I was playing Sunday League around like 6 years old. Obviously, there was every Sunday where we had a game, and just like behind my school. And my dad used to take me there just to be like, okay, let's put you in an environment where you're actually playing against other kids and everything like that. So, yeah, I think when I was around 6 years old, I used to play a lot of school games and a lot of games on Sundays, which was nice. And that kind of put me in a feeling where I was like, okay, I'm getting more used to the football side of things and I'm enjoying it and I like it a lot. So I think from there is when I was like, okay, this is what I want to do from now and hopefully carry on until where I am now.
Wicked, man. Chelsea was your first club?
No, Charlton.
Charlton. Okay, let's go from there. Do you remember like when you first got scouted? How did that happen?
It was from the Sunday League football. So I was there playing and I think my dad knew someone from Charlton which was able to come and watch the games and see how it was. And he came one specific game and I didn't even know he was there. And I think I scored a goal from near like the goal line, but obviously the pitches are small, so I just shot and it went in. And then from there it was like, well, I need to bring this boy kind of thing, like he's dribbling through players, he looks very excited, like loves playing football. And it was from a young age, so he came to the game, watched the game, and it was like, okay, we're gonna bring him. So I think it was around 6, 7 where I got scouted for Charlton, and that's how the journey started.
So how did things progress at Charlton? So did you go on trial? Did you sign straight away? What are your memories of that?
I went on trial for like I think 2 or 3 weeks. I played a couple of games with them, and then when I signed. After I signed for Charlton, I think obviously the journey was there. I was like there for a year and a half. And then I played against Chelsea a couple of times. And I think obviously Fiona came watch a couple of games where she was like, okay, bring him to Chelsea, spoke to my dad and my family. I went over there and obviously I had a game for Chelsea against Liverpool. I remember this game as well. I scored like 12 goals or something like this. And then on the same day, they took me upstairs and signed me. And normally like a thing like that, you have to go upstairs and do the 6-week trial with them and see if you get in or you don't. But yeah, the same day, I went upstairs, signed. Then I was officially a Chelsea player from there.
How old were you when you signed?
7. I think 7 going into 8 years old. Yeah, crazy, yeah.
I did not know you started at Charlton.
Yeah, to be fair, no one knows this. Everyone thinks I was straight at Chelsea.
Why is that such a secret? I feel like Charlton should shout about that more.
Yeah, to be fair, they never do. Like, I was there for a year and a half, but I think one of those where, because I was at Chelsea for so long, I think for everybody, it's just like, Chelsea's just my main club and only club that I've been at. So everyone never sees the before things or what happened before. But yeah, I was at Charlton before I went to Chelsea. It's crazy.
Sick. Okay. Footballing family. Your older brother Bradley played as well, right?
Yep.
How much of an influence did that play on your like childhood and becoming a footballer and stuff?
A lot. I think obviously because of him, I think really him and my dad is the reason why I played football and obviously why I got into it. He was playing at Fulham throughout the whole academy ages, and for me it was like I'm going to watch him every game. I went to all his games at the training ground at Fulham. I went there all the years that he was playing, every game he played, and obviously my mum and dad always used to take me to his games. So for me, it was more of a fact where I'm watching my older brother play, and I'm like, wow, he's doing amazing. He's a great player. He's scoring loads of goals, and he just looks like he's having fun. I think for that, when you see that as a young kid, you're like, you want to be involved in what he's doing, how he's progressing so well as well. And that was the same thing for me. The key factors for me, like I seen him scoring, and I'm like, everyone's celebrating him. He's jumping on him. He scored the goal. He's helping the team, and for me, that's an amazing feeling where it's rare when you score goals. I think if you're scoring goals, everybody loves it. Everyone loves the feeling of scoring. But at the same time, when you're playing well and helping the team, I think it's just almost the same feeling as well. So I think it was for me just seeing him, how he was doing, and for me, just wanted to progress like him as well.
Do you was there like a noticeable jump when you went from Charlton to Chelsea? Did you notice like a difference in standard at all, or wasn't too different?
Yeah, I'll definitely say I was too young to understand anything else in terms of that aspect. I think when you're looking at it, you're just there to have fun at that point, and you're not really putting any pressure on yourself or any other kids because you're still young. You're around 7, 8 years old, and you want to just go out there and enjoy football. And I think that's the main aspect of everything at that age. I think growing throughout it between those ages and under 16, you're still understanding the game more, still maturing and understanding things. So for me, it was just about not really. I didn't see the difference. I was just more enjoying myself playing football. I'm trying to make it to the top, to be fair, yeah. So from there.
Fair play, man. You grew up at Chelsea with some top players. What are your memories of growing up in the academy, and how much of an impact did it have on you as a person and as a player?
Yeah, as you say, like Chelsea, this is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and obviously the whole academy, whole structure, facilities there is top. It's amazing. So whenever you go there and anybody sees it, they're like, wow, this is different. You have like, I don't even know how many pitches, 42 pitches in the academy, and it's like crazy. Everyone's thinking it's an amazing facility. And I think that's what kind of helps you. Like, you see all the pitches there and you want to just be on the pitch playing football and just put a smile on everyone's faces and even mind, you know what I mean? So I think that helped me a lot because, as I said, growing up throughout the whole academy, throughout the whole years, I've been at Chelsea throughout everything. And I think that makes you understand a lot about Chelsea because you've not been there for 5 years, 3 years. You've been there for a good 10 to 12 years, and even more. So I understand the whole culture of everything about the club, and I understood about how it was, how the managers are, how the people are there to try and help you and develop you. And I think that was important. I think the people there were very good. The managers there were very good. The staff were very kind to all the players. They wanted the best for everybody, and they weren't in a way where we're doing it for them. They're doing it for us to develop us and get the best out of us. So it was definitely a thing where it matured me a lot. It made me understand a lot about the club, about London itself when I was growing a bit older as well. And as I said, it was difficult. There was difficult stages going through it, trying to make it and trying to be the best you can be. But at the same time, when you've got staff members that can help you and push you all the way, things become much more easier, which is very helpful as well.
Wicked, man. The youth teams you're a part of were pretty iconic. You guys won the Under-18 Premier League as well as back-to-back FA Youth Cup titles. What do you think made your youth team so good?
I don't know, I think, do you know what? This question has been asked to me a lot, just about all the boys that we used to play with and against. And I think it was just our mentality. Obviously, all the boys had the quality and the talent to win games, and we had a top team. But at the same time, I think our mentality was knowing that we want to be that team where everybody feared us and didn't want to play against us. And you could see throughout every game that we played, it was either going to be like we just put fear into a lot of teams' eyes. And even being on this, at 16 years old, 17, 18 years old, all the players in their positions knew what they were doing. We were understanding our roles perfectly. We had the great managers to help us win trophies as well. So I think for us, we just had to understand and know that, okay, look, we've all got the talent, we've all got the abilities to go and win games. But at the same time, without the structure and all the mentality that we don't have, it wouldn't work. Do you know what I mean? So I think the mentality from us made it much more easier to win games. And I said, yeah, our squad was crazy. The players that we had was mad. So yeah, it's good.
Didn't Chelsea win 5 youth cups in a row or something?
Yeah, I think we did. I actually think we did. Was it 5? I think so, 5, yeah. 5 youth cups in a row. Wow. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Do you have any specific memories or funny stories from your time at Chelsea you could share with us today? It could be a game, could be a funny moment in the changing room, interactions with players, managers, anything stick out?
Yeah, I'd definitely say a funny moment was obviously against the Youth Cup when we just beat Man City in the final. And I think we got back in the changing room, we were celebrating, obviously winning the trophy. And the manager from the first team, Antonio Conte, comes in with some of the first team players, and he's come to shake our hands and shake Trevor's hand, but he starts dancing in front of the manager, and they just completely ignores him because he doesn't realize it was him. And he just carries on dancing. And we're all like turn around. But in the moment, he was just dancing, he didn't care. He was just we won, everyone's enjoying. And then I think that was really the funny moment I can really remember at the moment. It was crazy.
That's reasonable, though. I reckon Conte probably rated it.
Yeah, he understood it, to be fair.
Yeah, it means you care about the right things, and celebrating a win is the right thing to do. So you were training with the first team at Chelsea from quite a young age. At what point did you feel like you were officially a first team player, and what did that sort of feel like at the time?
I think the age probably around 17. I think 17 was when I started. I think 16 when I had my couple first sessions with the first team.
What was that like? What were your first sessions with them like?
For me, it was more whoa, I'm actually with the first team. This is the players that I watch on TV or I go to a stadium to watch, and now I'm actually training with them. So I think the feeling was just excitement. I just wanted to show them what I can do as well. Even if I'm young, I want to give them that little glimpse of what I can do and show them my abilities as well. But I think the more of the feeling was excited, a bit nervous at the same time as well. Don't know what to expect from them, what they're going to expect from me. But yeah, it was a couple sessions. I think I've done 3, 4 when I was 16. And from when I was 17, I got integrated a bit more with them. And I trained a bit more with them throughout the season. Then opportunity came when Antonio Conte brought me over and said, okay, look, you're with us now fully to the end of the season. And then from there, it was just, I'm a first team player. Now I just got to keep it, make sure I stay here.
What was Conte like as a gaffer?
Very strict.
Really?
Yeah, very strict. He was a very nice guy off the pitch. Very nice guy. You have a conversation with him, everything's fine. You have no problems. But on the pitch, he makes sure and he demands a lot to get the best out of you. Do you know what I mean? So when you're with him, if you don't play, you're doing running, and the running is not nice. It's bad. But obviously to keep you fit, to keep you ready for the next game. But yeah, it was difficult. But he's a very good manager, top manager, understands the game very well. And as I said, he just wants the best from everybody, as all managers want as well.
What other gaffers did you have at Chelsea? Frank Lampard, Conte?
Maurizio Sarri.
Oh yeah, of course.
Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah,
I think it was just those 4.
What was how would you compare those? What were the different styles like and stuff?
I think every manager had a different formation. Conte was playing more of a 3. Thomas Tuchel was more of a 3 as well, with wing backs and everything. But other managers played with a 4. But everyone has a different style of football and style of trying to win games and obviously concede less as well. So I think for me as a player, you try to adapt as much as possible and trying to adapt to the formation, adapt to the style. And he's just, as I said, he's just trying to win the games and get the best result possible. And I think no matter what, you've got to just do what you can to help the team, even if it's in a different position or different tactics with the manager. You just got to just make sure that you're ready to play and give your best, really.
Wicked, man. It's no secret you've had a tough time with injuries over the years, particularly with your Achilles. Can you tell us about how that injury first happened and how you think it's impacted you since?
So obviously it was against the game against Burnley. I think it was 2018, 2019, one of the two. But yeah, it was when I went to control the ball. I tried to step back and push off, and then it just ruptured from there, just snapped. And I think obviously from there it was difficult. It took a very long time for me to even feel like myself, even though I came back quickly after like 3-4 months, like back training and stuff. I still wasn't the same, and I can tell throughout the whole season, the next 3 to 4 seasons, I still wasn't the same. It was a long time ago, but it still affects me to this day. And it's difficult to say like, okay, yeah, Cal, you're not gonna feel it, don't think about it, just try and play without it, that conscious mindset of it. But it's one of those where it happens, it's football, you can't really control certain things that happen. And as I said, I just got to just keep building from here, and as I said, keep strengthening every day.
Was it like your first proper injuries you had? Were you relatively injury-free as a kid?
Yeah, I never really had injuries before that. It was just like minor knocks, little kicks there and there, but nothing that kept me out for months. It's the only major injury that I had where it kept me out for a good time, and I had to just like go through the whole process of surgery, coming back, doing rehab for months and months, and just having an opportunity to go back on the pitch with the team for the first time. But yeah, it took a while, which was difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. I imagine you had some pretty low moments as a result. How have you coped mentally, and do you have any advice for any other players going through similar injury experiences?
Yeah, do you know what it was? I think it was good that I had good people around me. I had a lot of friends and family, obviously, that were there and supporting me throughout the whole process. It's difficult going through an injury like that, and you don't want to be alone by yourself doing that. So I had a lot of people pushing me daily, saying, "Listen, you're going to be back to how you was. You're going to be the same player. Just keep working hard, work hard in the training ground. Listen to what they're saying to you." I think it's one of those like the people around you definitely push you through in those certain moments, because at the end of the day, if you're alone and you're in a situation like that, you won't know what to think, how to do things in your own way, and how to get back to yourself. But the people I had around me, my mum and dad every day, were making sure I was good, checking up on me. My brother will come to the house, make sure I'm okay. My boys and everyone will call me and be like, "How, how's things? How you going? Keep pushing. If you need to go gym, if you need to do something, let me know." So the support was always there, and it's very helpful. So I say to anybody that goes through an injury or like problems in life or whatever, just make sure you have the right people around you, because that can influence you in a good way or a bad way. At the end of the day, you want the good people to support you and encourage you, motivate you to do better things, and it'll get you through things. At the end of the day, you don't want to be with people that are gonna screw your life over or make you into a bad person or put you in a negative state where you can't get out of it. You want the people who are going to keep you positive and keep you going. So I'll definitely say my family and friends were a major part of me coming back quick and feeling confident in myself coming back.
Sick. So you went on loan to Leverkusen in Germany. How did that loan come about? Like, I think it's interesting for like fans and stuff that haven't been involved in football clubs to hear, like, how did you first find out you're going on loan? Did you ask the club? Did you decide you wanted to go on loan? How did it all work? And then how was that loan experience like for you?
It came about, to be fair, it's literally like the last couple of days of the transfer window, I think. It was to a point where I was like, saw the first game, and I think it was the first game of the season against Everton. I went in the squad and I was like, yeah, I need to go. Like, I need to go and play football and enjoy my football again, because it was to a point where I was involved, but I wasn't involved. So I was like, you know what, I need to go and play football. And it's important. I think at that age, you want to be playing games and enjoying yourself, not be sitting around waiting for an opportunity. And as I said, you will fight every day for your place, try and fight for your position. But if sometimes opportunity don't come, you have to go and play football. So it came around the last 3 to 4 days of the transfer window. And I think my brother called me and was like, look, we've got a loan offer there. We've got a couple, but I think this would be the best suited for you. Go out there, different place, new responsibilities, new place to go and play football. And I think it was good for me to go out of the country. I think it was a whole new thing, whole new adventure for me. Different country, don't know nobody there. You're just there to focus on yourself and football. And I think, yeah, it was a weird spell, a weird loan spell, I swear. Like, at the start, everything was going great, playing every game. Obviously, I spoke to the manager before I went there, and he was like, look, we want you to come. We need you to come here, play, help us. Then he gets sacked after like 4 or 5 games with him. And then I'm like, okay, who's coming in? What's going to happen now? Because obviously he wanted me here more than anything. And then Xabi Alonso comes in. And then everything was fine, everything was good, had no problems with him, great manager. And then like after, I'll say February times, I don't know what happened. Like I haven't even have an answer for myself. Like, I was like, what's going on? I'm not playing, not even coming on, not starting, not even getting minutes. And I was like, what's happened between, was it me and the manager? Is it myself? Is it me like just not performing on the pitch, performing in training? Asking so many questions and wasn't getting answers really. So for me, it was more of the fact where I was like, okay, it must be myself then, or I must have a problem with someone in the club because I don't know what's going on. But I think it's one of those where it was a good experience to understand something like that, where you're not playing games, not playing minutes, because it kind of matures you more, knowing that you still got months there and still under contract, so you can't really do anything. But it's a thing where you're maturing more in life and trying to keep your mind right. As I said, the people around you were very helpful, so they knew I wasn't playing games and stuff, and they weren't pushing me further down. They were trying to push me up and say, look, be positive, stay positive, have a chat with the team, with the players, and the minutes might come, the games might come. But yeah, I was positive throughout. It was a weird loan spell for me. Very different to obviously being in England, it's a far away place. And yeah, it was good for reasons for obviously me going out there, being more responsible, understanding a different culture, different life. But at times weren't as great when I wasn't playing football and enjoying where the happiest place where I'll be is on the pitch. So it was good and bad spells at times.
Yeah, do you feel like, because I feel like, going up the ranks in the academy and stuff, you're obviously like a bit of a star boy or a main man, right? There was no secret. Do you think that was like the first time in your career when like football, apart from the injury obviously, but like when football like wasn't going right for you, did you find that tough?
I think that's when football stalled for me. Like where it just stopped. I feel like everything was like a standstill. Like I said to you before February, everything was fine. Playing every game, playing, you're involved, winning games, and everything's fine. You're like, okay, it's good. You're enjoying your football. You're smiling, even though the stats are not going with my goals and assists and stuff. You're still having a big influence on the games, and you're still enjoying yourself. But I think when it came to February time, between February and May, it was just like there were so many games happening, and I wasn't involved. And I was just like, what is going on? Like knowing me, how I am as a player, and how I feel like I'm capable of doing stuff. When I'm not playing, I'm like, what is going on? Why am I not having an opportunity to play? I'm not even getting minutes on the pitch, not even coming on, not even starting. And I had no answer for it, which was making it 10 times worse. Because I was like, if I knew the reason, then I maybe could change something. But I had no answer, no reason, nothing. And I was just there. And I was like, whoa, I've never really had this moment in my life before where I'm not playing, like not even getting an opportunity to come on. But yeah, at that point, it was just nothing. And I was like, okay, you just got to make sure now that never happens again, no matter after that loan, no matter where I go. You just got to make sure that don't happen again to a point where you're not getting minutes, you're not playing, because at the end of the day, I'm getting older. And as I said, I'm still young now, but I'm still getting older at the end of the day. So you want to be playing every game possible, every minute, you're trying to influence the team, scoring, assisting. And hopefully that situation never appears again, where I'm in that situation.
Looking back on it, like, do you think maybe it was a good thing for you?
That's what I was saying. I think it was a good thing for me because I think it helped me understand a lot. Like on and off the pitch, I think it was good because it tells me, okay, you're kind of facing a new challenge where you're not playing football, and I've never had it in my life growing up throughout the whole academy and nothing like this. So now it's a challenge to see how you cope with it. And I think it was a good thing because it made me understand more and make me think, okay, don't ever put yourself in this position again. Like you've got a lot of talent, you've got a lot of ability in yourself where you know how good you can be. But don't put yourself in a situation where everyone looks at you and gives a perspective of you that you don't want to play, you don't want to work hard, you're not determined to play football. So in my mindset after that whole loan spell, I was just like, yeah, I could never go into that place again because it was a dark place, I'll be honest, very dark place. But as I said, the people around me kind of lightened it up and made it a bit more easy at times. But if they weren't there, I don't know what would have happened, to be fair.
And I think you sort of spoke about how you're still young, like generally in life, but also as a footballer. You're only 23, but you kind of feel like because you started playing in first team so young and stuff, people kind of view you as older than you are. Is that the case?
Yeah, do you know what? Even when I first came to Nottingham Forest, when I went into the change room, they asked me how old I was, and I was like, oh, I'm 22. Well, at the time I was 22. And they were like, what? How are you 22? And I was like, yeah, I'm 22. And they're like, do you know what? It's because obviously I've been playing for, as I said, from so young. I think everyone kind of gets it confused. They think I'm way older than what I should be, or I think that, okay, you maybe achieve so much for your age and everything like that. But it's not. I think like it's kind of a good thing because it gives you experience and you understand. I've understood a lot about football from now, and obviously I'm still learning and understanding the game and improving in myself. But it's a good thing because I understand a lot, as I said. But it's a bad thing because everyone keeps thinking you're 35, going on 40, and it's annoying. But as I said, it's kind of a nice feeling knowing that I've got experience in winning stuff and understanding football a lot. But hopefully, there's many more things we can achieve as well.
You were always on like the younger side of the age group, weren't you? I swear in that like that World Cup team, the under-17 team, you were one of the youngest players, weren't you? Or the youngest player?
Yeah, I think obviously it was the whole 2000s. So I was in the Novembers. Yeah, so it's one of the youngest in that year group. But I said, like, to hear everyone keep saying, "Oh, you're still 23, you're still 22, whatever it was," and I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm growing older now. Like I'm growing." But at the same time, it's like, yeah, everyone keeps thinking I've played 30 years of football, 15, 20 years. But it's because I started so young. So it's a nice feeling people knowing and recognizing that I'm still hopefully young and gonna keep going. Do you know what I mean? But as I said, it's a nice feeling to have the experience as well and help out in that aspect.
You left your boyhood club Chelsea, signed for Nottingham Forest. At what point did you decide it was time to leave Chelsea? And how did you come to that decision? And how did it feel at the time?
Obviously, I was in my last year at Chelsea under contract, and then it was one of those where we had a lot of discussions about it, and it was like, look, at the end of the day, when I was younger, my whole thought process was, look, I'm staying at Chelsea forever. This is my club. I've been here throughout my whole life. But things change in football, do you know what I mean? And obviously, it got to the point where we had a discussion with the board and everybody, and everyone was like, I think it's best time that we depart ways. And obviously, for myself, it was like a difficult situation because, as I said, all I've known is Chelsea. All I known was being 20 minutes around from the training ground, going that route, know it off by heart, and then now it's a whole different place, going a whole different area. So, yeah, it was a difficult moment for me to obviously just leave emotional, I think, more than anything. But I think it was the right decision at the time for myself. As I said, I wanted to be playing football and enjoying football again, having a smile on my face. And it was a new chapter. And as I said, coming here has been amazing. Obviously for myself, knowing Steve Cooper was here at the time, he was a big influence on me coming here as well. See, I worked with him when I was under 17s, World Cup and everything. I've known him throughout the whole years. We've always messaged and got along well. So it was very good. But yeah, I think from there, it's just the thing where I've come here and I've just enjoyed my football. Being myself again, being confident, being free, unknowing that I'm on the pitch and got all the confidence in myself, knowing, okay, everyone believes in you, believe in yourself, you have the ability to do it, so go and do it on the pitch. And it's a nice feeling knowing that everybody around is aware and recognizing what you're doing for the team, helping as much as possible. And all I can do is just, as I said, go on the pitch and give my 100% every game. Everything's been fine. My family come up as much as possible to watch the games. They come every game and try and spend time with me. Obviously, as I said, it's 2.5 hours back home, so back to London. So it's a bit of a journey, but they make every game home or away. So it's a nice feeling knowing that they're here to support every game for myself. I know that all my boys, if I need them to come, they'll come up and whatever it is. But yeah, everything's going well here. I'm enjoying my football, really enjoying it. The fans are amazing. Everyone's good. So hopefully it continues.
Crazy, man. How many years were you at Chelsea? Over 10, right?
8 to 16.
16 years.
Yeah, 16. Is it 16?
No, it could have been 16. If you joined at what, 7?
7.
Did you say? And left at what, 20?
It might have been 15. No, I left at 22. 22? Yeah, I left at 22.
This is your second season for us.
Yeah, so I just turned 23 here. Yeah, I left at 22, so yeah, 15 years. Yeah.
15 years, yeah.
That's crazy. That's mad. I can't lie to you, it's crazy. It was mad.
Has anyone here that spent 15 years at one place, like school?
Just knowing the same place over and over, like you know where it is, every ins and out.
Cool. So what was like the transition like leaving Chelsea, joining a new club? How did you find it?
As I said, it was difficult at the start because obviously I didn't know what I was going to expect. Obviously, being somewhere completely different, you don't know anybody. I spoke to a couple of the boys, some of the players here. Before I came, like Morgan, I spoke to Ola before coming, and they told me it was an amazing club, that you enjoy it, good football, good people around. And yeah, as soon as I came here, everyone made me feel at home. Straight away, the first day I came to the training pitch, everyone was just bubbly, lively in the change room. Everyone was laughing, was talking, having so many conversations. And I think that's a good way to be introduced into the team, introduced to the team. I think you want to have the people there that are going to help you bond with you from early to get the relationship going throughout the games and training. You know how every person's like, and I think it was easy to come into the team and help them. But I think at the end of the day, when you have good people around you and good players around you, it makes you much more at ease on the pitch, and you know, okay, all the players here are top players. They're good people, good energy, good vibe, and you can see it even in the videos that we will post, and everyone sees it online and stuff. We're a close group, and everybody wants the best for each other. So I think it was easy to come and just be straight integrated into the team. And as I said, with the people that we've got, it's nothing's hard here. You just have to enjoy it, and as I said, be as a team, and everything is good.
But was there ever a point in your career where you started to doubt yourself that you're happy to talk about today?
I think I would say the Leverkusen situation. I think obviously when you're not playing, you're traveling to the stadium every day, training every day, and like you're not getting any minutes, and as I said to you, having no answers, no clue what's going on, you start to doubt yourself a lot because you're like, it must be me then. It must be I'm doing something wrong. There must be something going on. And I said it was like a good 3-month period where I didn't play like a minute or didn't come on, and it was just like, or if I started, I'll come off at half time, and it was just like, what on earth is going on? Like, even though if I think I was playing well in the game, I'm still getting dragged off, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And I go home every night thinking, this night must be me. I'm doing something wrong. I must not be good enough. I've lost all my ability to play football. It must be something. But like, yeah, you have a lot of doubts in your mind because of the things of like you're not enjoying yourself. I think that's the main thing. If you're not enjoying football and enjoying playing, going on the training pitch and enjoying yourself, then every doubt comes into your head. Like, what am I gonna do now? How's it gonna go after this? Am I gonna get a move after this loan spell? Am I gonna go back to Chelsea and things just fully collapse or things go well? You just have so many doubts thinking in your head. But as I said, the people around helped a lot, as I said, for myself. And the thing is, once you know you have that sort of ability and you have the talent in yourself and you're confident in yourself, I think that will always come out. And I think that will always shine upon anything the most. So, yeah, I think for myself, it was just understanding the doubts and saying, okay, don't put yourself in that place. Keep trying to be positive. Keep like praying every day, because at the end of the day, prayers are important and makes you, nothing's more important than prayers, you know what I mean? So for myself, it helped me going through, and I said, okay, cool. I'm confident something good will come in the future after this loan spell, which did. So yeah, I'm happy.
Growing up, like who were your football idols? Who did you look up to?
Definitely say Ronaldinho. I think just everybody, you can tell the way he played is just confidence, skill, impresses the crowd. Every stadium he goes to, fans are standing up for him, scoring goals, assisting, winning trophies. I think you can't get better than that, do you know what I mean? So for myself, I would say Ronaldinho. Then I look at like when I was at Chelsea, I would say for myself, Drogba. Obviously win the Champions League for the club and everything like that. Major thing, big player for the club. I would say Hazard before playing with him, because obviously I was watching him growing up and saying, well, I'd love to play with him one day. The talent he had on the pitch was impeccable. Like, I don't think you see many players like that who can win a game on their own. Of course, you need a team, but like giving him the ball, you know something's going to happen every game, and having that confidence in him, saying, okay, yeah, you do you. We're just going to be next to you and hopefully win the game. So yeah, Eden Hazard as well. I say those three were major parts of me growing up. Obviously Messi as well. You see Messi, what he's done. One of the best to ever do it. So yeah, definitely say all those four, 100%.
Who would you say is the most underrated player you've played with, and why?
For me, I would say Jonathan Panzo. The reason why I'd say this is because, like, growing up with him throughout the whole academy, me and him were always playing up together. It was just us two always playing up. And then when I'm watching him playing, I'm like, for a defender, you shouldn't be like this. Like, you're too good as a defender. You should be playing attack. Like, how good he is on the ball, how good he is defensively. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, you're actually an insane footballer. And obviously he's my boy, so I'm looking at him thinking, yo, bro, you cannot be playing centre back or left back. You need to play 10 or left wing. But you know, he's too big, he's too tall. So I'm like, yeah, just stay at the back, do your thing. But yeah, as I say, growing up with him, like playing with him every day, understanding obviously we was with each other every other day, like going to school with each other at the Chelsea school, playing with each other in games and stuff. He was an amazing player. And obviously, as I said, he's a top player, great personality, great guy. I have no bad words to say about him, really. Like, he's an amazing player. As I'm saying, like, he's someone that, as I said, a lot of people don't really know about him or know him, but he should be way more known about, do you know what I mean? Top player, crazy left foot of a player. So, yeah, I'll say Jonathan Panzo.
Needs his flowers, man.
Needs his flowers for sure.
So who's been the toughest player you've played against?
I'll still say Kyle Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I say this is because I remember just one game against it was Chelsea v Man City, Community Shield. It was like my debut kind of game for Chelsea and starting properly.
You have to go against Carl Walker.
And then I was against Kyle Walker. I mean, do you know what it was? I was confident going in the game. I was like, you know what? Let me try something. Because like as I said, I'm always confident in my ability and in myself. And I was rapid at the time. I was like, cool. Let me see if I can try something. So I tried to go down the line with him. Because what he does, he shows you so much down the line. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go down the line with him. And as soon as I kicked it and I see him just turn and started doing this, I said, forget it. Yeah. Like, forget it. But yeah, I'll definitely say Kyle Walker. Great athlete, great footballer, strong, quick, good on the ball. Yeah, I'll definitely say Kyle Walker for sure.
If you could go back in time and give your younger self some advice, what would you say and why?
Don't get injured. No, I'll definitely say don't get injured. Like that will actually be my main thing. Like understanding injury prevention is so important and making sure that I'm doing a lot of injury prevention stuff to make sure nothing happens in the future. So if I can go back in time, I'll just make sure I say to myself, listen, do everything they ask you to do all the work that's going to stop you from getting injured. Like, recovery is important. It's making sure that you're right for the next game, right for the next training session. Yeah, I'm definitely saying injury prevention for myself, for sure.
I think that's a huge thing amongst most players, isn't it? Like, as a kid, you just think you're invincible, innit?
If you can stay injury-free, you'll have an amazing career time on the pitch. I think injury is always the thing that downplays everything and ruins a lot of things. But as I said, yeah, hopefully injury. Just say don't get injured. So I say that's the main thing.
What does the future hold for Callum Hudson-Odoi? What do you want to achieve on and off the pitch?
Off the pitch, I would say big businessman. A lot.
Go on,
like,
tell us about that, man. What business are you interested in?
no, do you know? I think it's just like one day I want to make my own business where it becomes something huge. Do you know what I mean? And then like, hopefully down the line, a lot of people recognize it and like, oh my days, this is Callum's business. He's made a big thing for himself. Everybody's around the world. Everybody knows about it. Everyone wears it or talks about it, wherever it is. But yeah, just a lot of businesses. Like I like seeing people starting their own thing and becoming successful in it and making their own way into life. So yeah, I'll definitely say business, a lot of business stuff, whether it's making my own clothing brand, whether it's making my own shop, making my own car, whatever it is, but something just to know that I'm doing a lot off the pitch and being successful as well. And I'll definitely say on the pitch, hopefully winning more trophies for the club, winning more trophies for myself, just trying to be the best that I can be and being the best possible version of myself, making sure that I'm doing everything I can to be at that stage and making sure, as I said, doing what's possible just to make sure that I'm proud of myself, knowing at the end of my career, I can say, yeah, I've done everything possible to reach my heights and everything that I should have wanted to do whilst I was playing football. So yeah, winning trophies, winning games, and as I said, being the best I can be. My question to the Rising Ballers audience is, what have you done today to help you achieve your dreams? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Hey! Bloody hell.